Alright, so today's video is of me getting soaked on my way home from work. It wasn't supposed to rain until later in the day, and yet here we are. It is very wet, and very rainy, and I was feeling stubborn and didn't want to try to ride the bus home. If it was a torrential downpour or it felt dangerous, I would have just stashed my bike and taken the bus. Probably still would have gotten soaked though. So if the camera lens, if that happens, then I apologize. What ought to happen is later in the ride, the rain slows down quite a bit. So hopefully it'll just get dried out by the wind. But for now, you're getting wet camera lens. Another day, another massive backup on West Baltimore because, as per usual, people just block the entire intersection on Green Street. So I was talking the other day about how the University of Maryland's emergency drop-off area got moved over to the bus lane on the other side of the street. It's because of the construction over on this side. So if you look to the right as we pass up here, this whole wing is brand new. We'll probably get a better view of it in future versions of this, but in any case. Hey, it barely made the light. And none of the other vehicles cross the street, so we're clear, we can move across. That guy who's desperate to cut me off. It's honestly wild. Oh, yes. Okay, so here I'm getting down to the Hippodrome, and there is a just absolute mob of kids. What you don't hear is this guy, the teacher, I assume, just screaming at the kids, getting to try and get them to cross the street quicker. Very funny. Okay. Things are wet. I'm very wet, as you can see. And my camera, fine, should be fine. It's in a waterproof case, so because this device is meant for like canoeing and all sorts of adventures and stuff. But me, I do not have a waterproof case, and my whole everything is soaking wet. I love this guy carrying his dog across the street. Most of today's adventure is going to be informed by the wet. Big barrel in the middle of the bike lane. Love that. See, now you can see these little dips a lot better when they're full of water. I think it was right about now. And this guy just like saying screw it, even though the light was literally changing as he started walking across the street. I think at this point was when it started to ease up. I'm like, okay, for the rest of this ride, I will be wet, but hopefully I'll be able to air off a bit. And it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was so hot outside that it wasn't like it was super uncomfortable. I wasn't feeling cold. And this is the same crap that happens every day. By the way, this lady is now blocking the crosswalk. I'm trying to get around her. No, she's gonna cut me off. Is she gonna turn right? We don't know. Oh, she is. It's the entitlement again. I'm not gonna make this. Yes. I remembered that this complete climate services van drove by. I've been meaning to reach out to an HVAC company to have them do our spring maintenance. Um, I've had some really bad luck with that. HVAC companies kind of suck. I don't understand why it seems like all of them, you make an appointment, you make an appointment, you make an appointment, and then they decide, well, actually, no, we can't make the appointment because we have somebody else who's having issues that can give us more money, will give us more money, because it's not just a spring maintenance, it's my shit's broken. So I'm going to cancel your appointment and we'll just reschedule. I have to stay home from work. What? Did they just not care? Do they not know that people don't just sit at home all day waiting for the HVAC person to come? I don't understand. So I've tried multiple companies now that just do this all the time. And the final straw for me with one of them was when I stayed home from work all day long. I don't know what the hell happened here. Maybe a car crash. And they didn't show up, they didn't show up. Finally, they call me at 6 p.m. and say that they're on their way. And that they should be there in like 30 minutes. Finally, 7 o'clock rolls around. They still haven't shown up. My wife is like 8 months pregnant at this point. It's, I think, a Thursday night. We used to have date nights on Thursday nights. We have no lives anymore. We have a baby, and the economy is dog shit. So we don't go out. We eat in all the time. But we used to have date nights, and we went out on Thursday nights, and because of all of this, we're like, well, you know what? I don't care anymore. I had called them multiple times to try and get an updated ETA. Got nothing. Eventually, I called them and I said, hey, don't worry about it. Don't send them because I'm leaving. And then after we left to go eat dinner, um, I kept getting phone calls from them, presumably because they were at our house, but I wasn't going back. I had waited all day. So anyway, all that is to say, I'm looking for a better option. I'm hoping that these people are a better option, but who knows, maybe they suck too. Not an endorsement by any means. Really, it's the opposite of that. It is a scathing rebuke of the concept of HVAC companies. Thankfully, on this day, in the rain, you can see it's still raining, but it's not raining nearly as hard as it was before. On this day, the ding-dongs didn't block this crosswalk. There are two here. This is a whole intersection. And these cars, these drivers, every single day block the whole thing, every single time. So you can see why I don't. It's. You can say that it's not all drivers, and you're right. It probably isn't all drivers, but it's most of them. I really get myself worked up. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I do want to highlight how pretty some of these buildings are. Going through Little Italy, going through. I think. Where would you say the line for between Little Italy and like Upper Fells is? Would you say that we're in Upper Fells now? I think I would. I think crossing Central Ave is when you reach that point. There's a car on the left, I think, and a guy on a Vespa on the right. And the guy on the Vespa stopped and let me go. I guess moped is the right word. So I've been thinking during these dead areas, if folks have questions that they want to ask me, if you put questions in the comments, I can answer them during this dead time. Have things to talk about when I'm not otherwise yapping about the shit that's actually happening in front of me. And that's, I guess, the benefit of doing the voiceover after the fact. It would be nice to be able to just talk, to yap, while I'm actually writing, do the whole thing in one shot. It would be fantastic, but life is not that simple. Maybe someday. Maybe I can have a recorder on the bike with me and a headset, and I can yap while I'm writing and then merge the two in post. It is very funny to me though, like I'm over here doing the most simple video. Like this really shouldn't even require any brain power, and yet I still have to do post editing. It's okay. We make that. Man, this stretch of Bank Street is absolute ass. I cannot wait for them to repave it. I will absolutely rejoice on the day that I come home and that stretch of bank is not just lump city. But, Baltimore City is pathologically incapable of having flat asphalt anywhere, so that lady you did not see, that lady did not stop at the stop sign and then waved at me when she crossed the street. Alright. In the home stretch here. Get ourselves to Patterson Park and then home. Sopping wet, as a reminder, in case anyone forgot. It's actually kind of funny. Go the entire video after I mentioned the wet, basically okay, and now here we are. It's basically not even raining anymore, and we got a big old drop in the middle of the screen. So yeah, this is what happens when it rains. Honestly, this is going to be extremely rare. I don't ride in the rain. My bike doesn't like the rain. I don't like the rain. No one else likes the rain either. Look, there's nobody here in the park. That's a bonus, I guess. The giant celeries. It's everyone's favorite. Alright. Do I have any final thoughts? I don't know. I can't say that I do. Oh yeah. It was during this ride that I think fully came to the realization that I probably need new tires, or at least a new tire on the front. Um, when I was coming down the hill, after on that's Hopkins Place and turning onto Pratt Street. The the wet had me really just completely stopping. Yeah, I was a big fan of this lady who first cut me off and then just didn't really stop at all at that stop sign. Didn't give the right of way to the person who was actually at the stop sign. She's got places to be, man.